Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Drake, it looks like these levels of humiliation have reached new heights. And guess what? The NFL has entered the chat. And you know what they said? They basically said, I know you lying about Drake's claim, Mal's claim, Elliott Wilson's claim that he turned down the Super Bowl 4 times. Guess what? The NFL entered the chat and said, I know you lying because we ain't ever offered it to you 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 times. Y'all, Drake, oh, he is cooked. I guess that little proxy war they cooked up, Young Money thinking they were going to have their moment, which, by the way, I'll talk about that in the live, but I see why everybody in Young Money is where they are. They are so short-sighted, but we'll talk about that in a second, okay? Let's talk about the way they tried to start this narrative because everybody is in their feelings that Kendrick is the first solo rap headliner. Now, let me just say this, right? Really quick, side note. Listen, Drake can tell these little fairy tales to people that don't live in America, all right? Because that's the only person that would believe it. Talking about you turned down the Super Bowl. Anybody that watches sports, anybody that is a performer, anybody that is an American knows how big the Super Bowl is. You know how big it is, right? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. Even Drake knew. That's why he put it in his song. To actually believe a lie that the Super Bowl offered you to be the first solo rap headliner in history. Yeah, I know Dr. Dre was out there, but he wasn't solo. He had the whole West Coast out there. I know like Beyonce and Bruno Mars, but Coldplay brought them on. Traditionally, the Super Bowl stays away from rap and R&B acts, unless you legacy like Michael Jackson, like a Prince, like a legacy act, right? The first person, I believe, when they first, we'll get into it in a different video, but the Super Bowl, there's a reason why Colin Kaepernick had taken a knee. There is, okay? We're about to get into clown and jerk in a second. Let me just say this. There's a reason why Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Because it wasn't just the way they were treating people on the floor. It's the fact that even for the Super Bowl, they went for mainstream America. They didn't want any color there. They just started, I think when Janet Jackson, they just started letting people come on. And that's because Janet Jackson, MTV brought her on. And then that mess happened with Justin Timberlake. And they shut that mug down. Now, here's the thing. I know what Jay-Z did to Colin Kaepernick and how he kneecapped the movement. And yes, I'm still mad about that. And I'll talk trash about that anytime I can. However, that's done. We're here now. Say what you want. Jay-Z and Rock Nation literally made it so that rap and R&B acts started habitually and routinely performing for Super Bowl. Say what you want. Before that, it wasn't happening. Okay? The fact that Young Money, let me talk about this in a different video because I'm going off topic. Let's get back to Clown and Drake. Because what Lil Wayne did was so not strategic. You can forget about ever being in a Super Bowl. But let's get into this, okay? So anyway, Drake, because he was mad. Because Kendrick, ain't nobody in America ever saying ever that you are going to turn down being the first solo rap act at the Super Bowl. Because you busy doing what? Bussing girls in? You busy doing what? Have him bocking his weird case around. You busy doing what? Romancing Millie Bobby Brown type girls. You busy doing what? Right? But you know what? Mal came out of his mouth, who he is literally fighting to take Axe's place as the chief Drake Glazer. He fighting for it. He came out and said, I have it on good authority that Drake turned it down like a few times, like 3 or 4 times. Rory looked at him. This is from Rory and Mal. Was like, I ain't never heard that. The people off camera was like, did he tell you that or did you just make that up yourself? It was a funny time to be alive, right? So anyway, then Elliott Wilson came out and ruined his credibility talking about some I have it on good authority that Drake actually was offered a few times. And what's more, he shut it down. And I said, you know what? These lies, one day they're going to catch up to you. Well, guess what? They finally have caught up because, right? One, Elliott Wilson is a clown. He literally just repeated a lie that Drake's people, I think, wanted out there. Elliott Wilson confirms Drake turned down the Super Bowl halftime show twice. After Mal's claim, Elliott sources verified Drake was offered the show in 2020 and 2021, and the first 2 years, Jay-Z helped pick. No reason was given for his decision. Full episode on the show of Rory and Mal. Nene Leakes said, this is on Twitter, the same Elliott Wilson who's not even in Drake's circle anymore, and NFL confirmed that was a lie. He was never asked. Y'all, Elliott Wilson is a idiot. In any case, right? We now know for a fact that Drake was lying. You know how we know? Because the NFL issued a statement. The NFL higher-up spoke exclusively to Bloomberg News to confirm that Drake and his camp are lying. Now, baby, say what you want. This ain't TMZ. This is Bloomberg News. Baby, not only do they not do gossip, they speak to the money men. They speak to the CEOs. They speak directly to Jeff Bezos. Trust me, this is coming straight from the top. Straight from the top. I can't believe this. They should be embarrassed of themselves. Get this. So BuzzFeed on Twitter, they actually predicted this. They said Mal going to F around and have the NFL release a statement saying they never contacted Drake to do the Super Bowl. And that was 3 days ago. Today, the NFL sources told me, this is one of the head writers for Bloomberg. NFL sources told me in the 5 years the NFL has been partnered with Rock Nation, the two parties have never offered Drake the Super Bowl halftime show. One source said it's a blatant lie. Let me tell you something. Now, listen. They said, this is directly from the NFL. First of all, BuzzFeed said Aubrey made Mal look stupid again. I don't think he made Mal look stupid. I think Mal likes looking stupid. There's a rumor that Drake has turned down the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl multiple times. Leaked sources tell me that isn't true. In fact, one of them said it's a blatant lie. I was told in the 5 years the NFL has been partnered with Jay-Z's Rock Nation, the two parties have never offered the Toronto native the Super Bowl halftime show. Sure, there have also been occasions where an artist has been considered and there were scheduling conflicts. Drake does not fit in the decline or schedule conflict categories. Woo! Y'all, this story was debunked by ESPN. The city officials had no clue who was performing. They found out Kendrick was performing the same time the public did. Y'all, woo! Listen, this is insane. They said, Blue on Twitter said, Bloomberg is one of the most accredited news organizations in the world and spoke to the higher ups officially. Elliott Wilson is getting rumors and going off what other people said. Y'all, can we just have a minute? Can we just have a minute and talk about what is wrong with Drake? I don't believe the NFL. Drake can forget about it. Drake can forget about ever doing the NFL. The NFL higher-ups are upset. That stunt that Drake, Nicki, Wayne, all the Young Money pulled, arguing and bickering and fighting. You guys, here's the thing. I see why they keep hitting ceilings in their career. Because at the end of the day, they just aren't strategic. You don't just get asked to do the Super Bowl. And all this arguing and stuff, do you guys realize that there is big money they put in the press, big money they put in the rollouts? Do you realize that they decided on this, who was going to be in the Super Bowl months ago, and they had this all? You are messing with their money and messing with their business and lying over a petty rap battle that you lost. I see why Kendrick's song, It's Time for the Party to Die, came out. And you know what? Academics and all of them talking about something. Oh, there's another diss toward Drake. Are out of your mind. Where do y'all see a diss to Drake? Not y'all, but the people about. Where do you see a diss to Drake? Where? Why would he address somebody he utter annihilated? He's talking about the bloggers and the people online and basically saying y'all are so lost. This party is over. Y'all wasted. Y'all so lost. It's time for this party to die. The soul of hip hop is gone and he's going to bring it back in Super Bowl. And I salute it. Listen, no lie. When I first had that song, I was ready for another. Mustard on the beat, ho, deep, go, right? And then I skated, but after the second time I listened to it, I said, ooh, this is a response to just the way the culture of hip hop is lost and they just don't see the bigger picture. Everybody want to party. Everybody want to talk about sex and try and do this and do that and act crazy and argue, but nobody sees the bigger picture. Nobody sees what the culture could be, should be, and he's going to be the one to move it along. When I say nobody, I know there's other people doing it, but I'm talking about the dum-dums, the goofies with a check, the people saying that they know for a fact Drake turned down Super Bowl. Listen, I can forgive somebody non-American that did, or if you are American and you didn't grow up in the U.S., I could forgive you for believing that dumb lie that Mal put out. But if you're American or if you grew up here, baby, you don't got no excuse. Listen, let me get out of here because I got to make another video about this whole Wayne, Nicki, Birdman, Cash Money, all this stuff because, yeah, no. Anyway, y'all, the NFL has spoken. Drake is a liar. That's directly from Bloomberg, one of the most accredited magazines out there. Mal's a liar. And Elliott Wilson, you were dumb for even repeating that lie. Because if you had any real contacts, because you don't have any NFL contacts, the only contact you got is Drake and Drake's cap. If you had any sense, you would have thought about what you wrote and hit delete. Drake turned down Super Bowl multiple times. As soon as those words popped up on your little Apple iPad, you would have been like, delete. Too much. Ain't believable. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.